Hey there, folks. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for dropping in on Facebook and LinkedIn. My name is Tina Hong, Executive Health Coach, and I am the host of the Unbreakable Health Summit that's coming up. And I wanted to introduce and highlight one of our speakers and panelists and expert, Azizi Birkeland. She is joining us from Bali right now live. And just a little bit about this summit. I am hosting a live webcast series with 12 to 13 experts in health and mindset, body composition, nutrition, herbs, immune health, and hormones, and personal development. This is going to be an amazing summit. And the reason why I'm doing this, it's really a response to how communities worldwide and in our own backyards have come out of an unprecedented time in history. I felt really passionate about curating this dialogue among health experts and my friends whom I deeply, deeply respect, and to share a message of hope and a call to action to your friends, to your families, and our communities. And so I'm here, and we're going to be doing a bunch of lives over the next few weeks, highlighting these amazing rock star panel of experts. And Azizi will be on our first panel on July 11th. So the entire summit series happens from July 11th through August 1st, 4 consecutive Mondays for 1 hour at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you haven't registered yet, definitely register with the link. There should be a link in this post, um, and register so that you can be eligible to receive freebies and resources from these amazing experts. So I just wanted to introduce Azizi. Hi, Azizi. Thank you for joining us from Bali.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So how's the weather in Bali right now?
It's good. It's
Huh?
warm.
It's
That's
warm
pretty much how it is all year. It's
all
either
year
warm and
round.
wet or warm and dry. That's it.
Right, right. Awesome. So, just a little bit about Azizi. Azizi is a sacred feminine leadership coach. She helps women shift their energy and transcend into the best version of themselves so that they can live a life in pure integrity with their value and heart mission. So, she's been guiding women and mothers in particularly over the past few years. And she's written a book called Jaguar Medicine. And she's done amazing things over the years, including, and I'm just speaking off the top of my head because I've known Azizi for a while now. She's developed programs for families, a program called Tiny Green Chef, which is a virtual cooking program for children's and family. And I love the fact that Azizi, kind of as a natural living expert, has been really embodying her work through how she lives her life and naturally as a natural living expert, starting from the kitchen, starting from family, starting at the kitchen table. And so I just love that about Azizi. And we have so much to learn from her, with how she lives and how we can actually navigate better health and, circumstances around us that we cannot control. And we're coming out of this unprecedented time. And really, the reality is our lives have been changed forever, truly. And that's what this Unbreakable Health Summit is all about. It's about what's in the next chapter. How are you going to make choices going forward? And what does that mean for you and your family, your well being, and the kinds of choices that you make um, are really changed forever as well. So thank you, Azizi, for coming. And I have just a couple of questions for you. Um, so Azizi, do you want to say anything? You want to, mention anything? Just kind of intro here.
Well, you've done a pretty good job. Thank you. You really sold me.
Well, you're
So
easy to sell. You're amazing.
I'm glad you are doing this. We definitely need more positive, forward events, experiences. I think
Hmm.
even before this, we've had enough with just more reasons to feel awful. It's time to
Hmm.
change that. And I think for this time, this last 2.5 years, a lot of people have had a lot of room to think, contemplate, really go deep on life, but didn't necessarily know how to do that or how to dig in. So something like this, I think, could be really valuable because I think many people realize I feel pretty broken, right? Which is why you're
Mm.
doing Unbreakable. And what can we do about that is more important than how what has happened. Is really about what we're going to do going forward. So I'm glad you're doing this. Thank you, Tina.
Yeah, awesome. That is so true. And really, because our lives have been changed forever, what's happened collectively, as an experience over the past few years, really people feel at a loss. And all of their typical conventional ways of doing things have been questioned. And so this summit is all about how you can learn to navigate post COVID realities, gain the wisdom of experts to really seek alternative ways of thinking and also alternative ways of living your life as best as you can and having a whole new vision of yourself. And that's what I'm all about as an executive health coach. I work with people on their nutrition mechanics as well as their mindset. So we are all aligned across all of the practitioners. So Azizi, tell us what does unbreakable mean for you, and what should it mean for families raising children?
In a sentence, it means we fall down, but we get up. It's just
Mhm.
that simple. And you were saying that for right now, like for people right now, they're seeing their lives have been changed in a way that they can't go back to. Truthfully, every single day is a life that has changed that you can never go back to. If you
Mm,
look at it, like literally every day is your entire life because it is. You're literally living that entire day. There is no going back to yesterday, and you can't get to tomorrow without going through today. You start looking at your life as one full day. Each
mm,
day is your full life. You really start to reprioritize the way you are living.
mm,
So, feeling unbreakable is actually just a feeling because we are actually quite a resilient species. History
mhm,
has already shown us the amount of things humans have done to each other and overcome. So
mm.
it's more of a confusion, a not knowing where to go, not knowing how to deal with things when you fall. But you absolutely have it in you to be able to get back up.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So that is so true. Our human humanness is about resilience. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really what we're getting at is how do you get back to homeostasis? Even though things around us have changed, how do you get back to a different norm? And
Or
so this,
even better,
yeah,
sorry to cut you off,
no,
forget
no,
about going
okay.
back, right? Even better, how do you move forward? Like I'm saying, every single day is done when you lay your head on your pillow. So you're
Mhm,
always going forward. There's no getting back. So, I hear a lot of people saying, I just want to get back to normal. When really a lot of people examine what normal was for them, it wasn't really functioning that well. And it wasn't functioning at their highest. If they could really ask themselves, where would they like to be? Many of those people weren't there in the old time. It's just that having this huge pause in a way to look at your life and say, this is not exactly what I want, didn't necessarily feel good. And because people were doing it alone and they weren't able to do it in community or they couldn't look away, it felt more painful. But the truth is, many of the things that people experience were always or already there. We've lived, as you said, a natural living life. I love when you. That's exactly it. We live a very natural living experience, and it's more holistic, meaning that if you pull one aspect out of my life because we place things in that actually complement and balance each other, it's not going to just collapse. I'm also a permaculture designer, so it's all about whole systems design. And so we want to be able to switch from sustainable to resilient. And many people were living sustainable lives, which is just your head above water, right? You're functioning, okay, but we want to push it into resiliency. right? So if you stay in sustainability, that can crumble. It's too fragile. So we want to move forward into resiliency. And when you do that, then as challenges come, and they will, and they must, because that's how we grow and expand, you won't feel so surprised, but you also won't feel this sense of desperation. You'll go, okay, what do I need to do right now in this moment? What is life asking me? How is it asking me to show up? Without thinking about what it used to be or what you can't get back. What can I do right now in my life to keep me in a place of balance where I am now? Yeah. So
I
to cut
love
you off there, but
No, that's totally perfect.
yeah.
And that is true. We have to, there's so many, when fear and scarcity overcome us, we just get into having less options before us. But we have options, we have power, over our choices. And the choices that we make actually give us new paths. And that's growth. That's growth. That's where growth happens. That's where making different kinds of choices can keep us healthy for a long time. So give us a couple of tips, Azizi. And I love the fact that, you know, truly living in Bali and living the existence and the experience that you're living with your family, and homeschooling your kids since they were born, pretty much, right?
Pretty much,
Really,
yeah. They did some preschool programs here and there, but yeah, we are the facilitators of their learning experience. Yeah.
that's amazing. That is so amazing. So literally, Azizi embodies the experience of taking back her power and her
Mhm.
family's power to actually live a life of vitality and happiness and peace and resilience through how she raises her children, which is amazing. So, tell us one or two simple things that people or families can do to live a natural life, to live a resilient life going forward. What are a couple of things that they can simply do and start putting into action even today?
Yeah, this is good. For me, life is about sovereignty.
Mm,
So, what I mean by sovereignty is having full reign over your life.
mm,
And this doesn't mean that you don't ask for help and that you don't have assistance in different areas. You may hire people, you may have a team. However, you understand that when it comes to sovereignty, you are the head. You are the CEO of your life.
mhm,
So, in many instances, a lot of what people are needing is more sovereignty, meaning they need to take a look at your life and see and be honest. This may not be easy, it may not be something you're comfortable with, but take a look at your life and say and see, where have you over outsourced? How
mm,
much? There are so many, I'll bring up homeschooling for one, right?
mhm,
Because not everyone is cut out for homeschooling or has the patience or the time to do homeschooling. However, many parents are unhappy about the experience that their children have in their schools that they're in. So you
mm,
have to ask yourself, what then, what now? Where can I actually show up more then? If I'm not prepared to homeschool, and I know that right now where I'm at, my children still need to go to school. We'll use that for an example. How can I gain back more sovereignty by remembering that my child is a client, that I'm a client, my child is a customer? We should
mm,
start taking a look at the areas of your life where you have outsourced things, but you've gone a little bit too far. Maybe you've allowed people to have too much reign over some area of your life. And although you may not be ready to fully take it on,
mhm,
where do you need to become more of a CEO where you might right now be acting as an employee? It's this kind of thinking about it. A CEO is one who comes up with ideas, right? A CEO takes initiative. And I say this to clients, I say this to my children. The difference between the CEO of your life and an employee of your life. A CEO takes initiative, an employee takes orders. Now, there is
Mm.
absolutely nothing wrong with being an employee. But when it comes to your life, you ask yourself, how many areas am I more of an employee in my life versus a CEO? It's as simple as writing a list. Where am I more taking orders? Where am I taking orders more in my life? Where if I could tip that scale and put it over here on the CEO side, I don't know how I'm going to manage it. We're not there yet. First, we just need to take an account because a big part of sovereignty is self accountability. So CEO, employee, my life at the top, right?
Love that.
One piece of paper, folding it in half. One
Mhm.
side, where am I a CEO in my life? Where am I an employee? Or where would I like to be a CEO in my life? And where am I an employee instead? And start to look at those areas. And you don't necessarily need to know what the next step is. You just need to admit where things are not where you want them to be. That's the first step. You can't get anywhere without actually acknowledging we have an issue here that I don't know how to resolve, but I'd love to see life in a different way. So it's just
Mhm.
as simple as that.
I
Fold
love
that piece of paper in half and get to work with where am I showing up and where am I have I just kind of put myself in the back
Mhm.
seat
Mhm.
and now I have to constantly take orders.
I love that, Azizi. That was so valuable because we rarely, when people are busy and living just kind of on an autopilot on a daily basis to get through their daily life and working and raising families and, taking care of aging parents or whatever in midlife, we rarely take inventory, and that is one of the things that I do with my clients as well, is like regularly taking inventory about the choices that you're making. So that is super valuable. I love it. Not being an employee but being a CEO of your life, and that's true leadership. That's truly about being unbreakable and resilient for the future and having the kind of health, freedom, and happiness you need on a daily basis, no matter what comes at us from the sidelines. So thank you so much for that, Azizi. You are just
Welcome.
rock star. You're amazing. I love it. So thank you for joining us. I wanted this to be a quick little live, and next we're going to see Dr. Betty Sue O'Brien. She's a naturopathic doctor. She will also be joining us on July 11th, and that's in the next hour or so. We will be going live with Dr. Betty Sue as well. So stay tuned, stay healthy, and join us on July 11th, 18th, 25th, and August 1st, 4 Mondays in a row, to catch all different topics on fuel for happiness and longevity, stronger bodies, emotional resiliency, and rising out of scarcity. We're going to cover topics around love, relationships, loss, grief, and money and worth. So definitely don't miss this. We have a rock star panel of guest hosts, and we look forward to seeing you live throughout the summit. And it's just going to be incredible. So don't miss it. Register now. The link is in the post. We'll see you guys soon.
Yes.
See you on July 11th. Thanks,
See
Azizi.
you. You're welcome. Bye now.
Bye now.